Can you keep a secret? Well, this woman couldn't. Last year, we got ourselves a real shocking mystery thriller based on a best selling novel. But is it really as suspenseful and thrilling and what have you and became such a big hit? Or does this one need to be kept behind a locked and closed door? Find out right now as I bring to you a spoiler free review of The Housemaid. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. I'm the Big D, and this time around, I bring to you a spoiler free review of the 2025 erotic psychological thriller, The Housemaid, released by Lionsgate, directed by Paul Feig, written by Rebecca Sonnenschein, based on Frida McFadden's 2022 novel, the same name, starring Sydney Sweeney, Amanda Seyfried, and Brandon Sklenar. The film focuses on a young woman with a troubled past named Millie Calloway, who becomes the live-in maid for a wealthy family whose household hides dark secrets. The film was released on December 19th of last year, 2025, just a few weeks after it made its premiere at the AXA Equitable Center in New York City, and eventually got good reviews and became a big hit, becoming another recovery for Lionsgate after they had so many big disappointments for the last few months. But anyway, the film is really something, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's get started. On parole for manslaughter, Millie Calloway is hired by Nia Winchester as a live-in maid. She joins Nia's wealthy husband Andrew and daughter Cece at their home in Great Neck, Long Island, and is given an attic bedroom that can be locked from the outside. Millie is desperate to keep her job as a condition of her parole. She learns that in the past, Nina was institutionalized for trying to drown Cece and attempting suicide by overdose. At Nina's instruction, Millie books Broadway musical tickets and a hotel for the Winchesters. However, Nina then denies having given her these instructions. While Nina takes Cece to ballet camp, Andrew and Millie secretly attend the show, enjoy dinner together, and check into the hotel. Receiving a flood of angry texts from Nina, Millie is comforted by Andrew. The two have sex. They return home and Millie realizes Nina knows she spent 10 years in prison for killing a rapist classmate in high school. Yes. Nina soon finds the musical's playbill and threatens Millie, but Andrew defends her and demands that Nina leave. And Andrew and Millie continue their romance, and things really take a real few twists and turns. But that's all the story I'm going to give to you. So if you want to know what happens then, please watch the movie, as it is currently on physical media and now available to watch on the Stars app, where it may be there for a few months and then go somewhere else afterwards. Now, for my thoughts on The Housemaid, I gotta say this was really a really twisted film, but I liked it though. I liked it for its suspense and what have you. I had to give it credit for what it had to offer, as in for reviews, where it sets at 73% on Rotten Tomatoes, where they say it's a slight throwback to the lurid thrillers that used to dominate multiplexes. The film cleans up nicely thanks to its wicked sense of fun and a delightfully unnerving performance from Amanda Seyfried. I gotta say, she has grown a bit more into some mature roles, even ever since I first saw her when she was just a little younger in the original Mean Girls. Metacritic has a score of 65. Audiences polled by CinemaScore gave it a B, while those surveyed by PostTrack gave it an 84% overall positive score, with 63% saying they would definitely recommend the film. I'd say this is a definite recommend. The film did very well, despite it was go up against a juggernaut like Avatar Fire and Ash, along with the SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants and David. But this film did extremely well, becoming a big hit for Lionsgate. The film made nearly 400 million worldwide on its $35 million budget. Now, for other reviews, the Raps William Bibiani gave the film a positive review and wrote the film has its twists and you'll probably see some of them coming a mile off, even if you don't know exactly how the secrets will be revealed or what form the danger will take. On more than one occasion, the twist is that the film is even weirder and funnier than you expect. And that's a welcome surprise. Tim Roby of the Daily Telegraph gave this 4 stars out of 5 and saying this is a full tilt throwback to erotic thriller tropes from the 1990s. Kyle Smith of the Wall Street Journal wrote the film is a delightful hall of mirrors in which reality turns out to be subject to infinite modification. Yep. Although in one negative review for Slant magazine, they say the film's twist is a doozy, but it falls just short of being a deconstruction of trade wife values. Nevertheless, the film still became a big hit, and I've got to give it credit for what it had to offer, with its twists and turns in its story and what have you, and with its amazing atmosphere in a pretty neo house. I must admit, this is definitely a good film, I've got to admit. Now, of course, since this film was so successful, just a while ago last month, Lionsgate announced that a sequel will be coming up in the form of The Housemaid Secret, which will be coming out in December of next year in 2027. And yes, and Sydney Sweeney is due to return. Plus, Paul Feig's going to be returning to its director's chair. So, yeah, and Michelle Marone or Michelle Marone. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. As an Italian groundskeeper named Enzo. Yes, he's expected to return. But anyway, this might be something. Why have you? Now, of course, the Housemaid's Secret is the second book in a series of books. So yeah, and Kirsten Dunst was recently added to the cast of this, so this might be worth looking into maybe when that time comes. But anyway, back to the story. I've got to say, this had so many twists and turns that I couldn't even imagine. It just went one thing to another, one thing to another. Oh boy! But I've got to admit, this proved to be really something. I mean, with this being the one of the few non-comedic films directed by Paul Feig, who was already best known for directing comedy flicks like Bridesmaids, The Heat, and Spy. Of course, this wouldn't be the first time he did drama and what have you. He had also directed episodes of dramas like Nurse Jackie, Mad Men, and Weeds. And of course, he was also he also did direction of the film A Simple Favor and its recent sequel, Another Simple Favor. But anyway, which I think this was a little better than that one. But of the whole, I found The Housemaid to be pretty darn exciting with its throwback to the erotic thrillers and what have you. Even though I've seen a few of those, but not so many. But I have to say, it's really good. For the cast, we have Sydney Sweeney playing Millie Calloway. I've got to say, this is another good performance she gives, and what have you. Of course, ever since I saw her in Anyone But You, she definitely nails it, and what have you. And I am kind of looking forward to seeing another film she did film she did before that, and that was the film Christie, which, even though despite that film bombed at the box office, but this was a recovery for her, definitely. Amanda Seyfried played Nina. I gotta give her credit. She does an amazing job on her performance. Brandon Sklenar played Andrew. I've got to give this guy credit as well. Of course, I remembered him from It Ends With Us. Then we have Michelle. No, I don't think it's Michelle. Michelle Marone. I'm not sure how you. Not no Michele Marone. Yeah, Michele Marone. That's how you. Michele Marone. Sorry, I'm getting tongue tied here with this. Who was recently in films like other erotic thrillers from a few years back, like the 365 Days films. I've never seen those, nor have I heard of them. He plays Enzo Accardi, an Italian groundskeeper. Well, I've got to give him credit. I gotta say, he was one strange character in my opinion, but don't take my word for it. Young Indiana L plays young Cece or Cecilia. I gotta give her credit. She was really good. But what really surprised me was seeing Elizabeth Perkins. Yes, I haven't heard that name in a long time, nor had seen her in a long time. She plays Andrew's mother, Evelyn Winchester. Boy, I gotta tell you, she's like, I don't know, like I should have known her, but I could recognize the face though. But boy, the hair now, it's now you get the point. All right. I don't really want to try and offend anybody in any ways, but even so, I have to give the housemaid credit. This is a good, spine-tingling, erotic psychological thriller, and that really means it's done to a real good thing to become such a big hit, and to have such a great cast and great characters and great direction from Paul Feig. I have to give him credit. Again, as I said, I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but Theodore Shapiro does the film's score, and it's good as well. So overall, The Housemaid is definitely worth looking into, and I think you'll really like if you give it a shot. Like I said, the film is currently on physical media now, and it's also now available to stream on the Stars app, where it may be there for a few months and then go somewhere else, but I can't really jump to any conclusions yet. But this is a very good thriller, and I think you'll like it. For my score, I'm going to give The Housemaid 4.5 stars. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 9. So, what did you think of The Housemaid? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel, and you know the rest. And we'll have another video coming up for you soon. So, if you like this, check out my reviews for some of these other films. If you want more Paul Feig, check out my review of A Simple Favor from 2018, which was a pretty good film. Or go to the upper right hand corner and see my spoiler free review of its recent sequel, Another Simple Favor, which came out last year. Or if you like another erotic thriller, go to the bottom left hand corner and see my back to back reviews of some really underrated films. I don't think many people talk about them, but this is one of the most viewed vids on the channel. It's my back to back reviews on Devil in the Flesh from 1997 and Devil in the Flesh 2 from 2000. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.